MotorWeek is made possible by Lucas Oil, Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper, and TireRack.com.
Now, strange things are beginning to happen again in the American car market. Well, maybe they're not so strange. What we're seeing is a repeat of the mid-'70s when gasoline prices temporarily leveled off. The result now is the same as then. Small cars are beginning to languish on dealers' lots, and big cars are once again selling strong. Now, billions were spent to make small, front-drive, fuel-conscious cars. So this trend is provoking panic in both Detroit and Tokyo. But one car that should beat the panic is this one, the 1983 Chevrolet Celebrity CL Coupe. This rather trim-looking two-door is a close cousin to the four-door Olds Cutlass Sierra we tested last year when General Motors A-bodies first popped into our view. Now, what makes the A's unique? Well, they're the biggest front-drive family cars you can buy, and the subject of our first road test. The Chevrolet Celebrity is a modern, mid-size, front-drive family car of tomorrow, but it's here today. The problem is that they've had a tough time competing against the larger, often cheaper, old fogey rear-drive Malibus, which are still being sold side by side in Chevy dealers all across this baseball and apple pie land. Why GM is so concerned about the Celebrity's future that rumors persist that it and other A-bodies will undergo premature restyling next year. But for our money, whatever they look like, these alphabet-leading cars are the right answer to today's family car needs, even if GM's timing was a little early. Here's what I mean.
The Celebrity offers all the comforts and ride quality we traditionally associate with a big car for the masses. A highway noise level of only 65 decibels at a constant 55 miles per hour is comparable to very expensive luxury machines. Our optional 2.8-liter V6 gasser delivered power through a standard 3-speed automatic transaxle with very good mileage results. The EPA rates this 3,000-pound Celebrity at 22 city and 34 highway. Our 100-mile test loop produced a consistent 25. You might do better with the standard 4-cylinder or the extra-cost V6 diesel, but our test car's powertrain seems optimal for everyday use. Internal cavities are generous. The rear lid lifts to expose a very wide, long, flat, and deep enough trunk. With the spare tire hidden under the cargo floor, there was more than adequate room for our 4 standard pieces of luggage. Hauling them over the high rear sill, though, will still take a few muscles. Up front, you'll find a hood that opens a full 90 degrees. That should make normal maintenance much easier. The air cleaner, drive belts, and front spark plugs are accessible, but changing the rear plugs should probably best be left to a professional, one with gangling arms and Lilliputian hands. At least it's only called for every 30,000 miles. Our Celebrity was fitted with a floor-mounted gear shift housed in a handsome console with 2 paraphernalia pockets. Fully reclining bucket seats offer above-average lower back support. Visibility and the handsome dash are also outstanding. All Celebrities come with a first-class ventilation system, and in our case, an extra-cost instrument gauge package, something we always recommend. Rear seaters will fare no less well, with easy entry and enough head, leg, and elbow room for 3. But they'll have to make do with unopenable rear windows. Backseat fresh air is available only on the 4-door models. Though some might find the Celebrity's performance lacking, it's actually well above most of its competition. A passing time of 5.5 seconds from 40 to 55 miles per hour is in fact quite reasonable. Fair to Midland is how we'd register a 500-foot stoplight to stoplight sprint of 10.2 seconds and 54 miles per hour. And for the ultimate straight line measure, a time of 19.9 seconds and 68 miles per hour over the standing quarter mile. We did find the automatic seemed to shift late and harsh. That made us wonder how much more fun the Celebrity might be with a manual gearbox. For you see, the Celebrity already has all the basics necessary to turn a good family car into a spirited sports sedan. Although low-speed handling exhibited typical understeer and some rear-end lightness, the quick and precise power rack and pinion steering seems to egg the rest of the car on for much more. In fact, I've driven an experimental Celebrity that was decked out in full sporty car suspension, and I can tell you that it gave up little in ride and comfort, yet produced a whole lot more fun. Now, if Chevy would only build it. If they do, I hope they don't wait too long, though. Even though our Celebrity had the currently available handling suspension package, it wasn't enough for our high-speed lane change. I'm afraid the average driver could get into a lot of trouble trying to control a rear end that becomes much too pendulum-like with speed. And it's that tail swing that we talk about so often with front-drive cars that also became a concern in panic braking. Even with good stopping distances of 38 feet from 30 miles per hour, you can feel tail swing might just be a problem. And from 55, that's confirmed. First, all four wheels lock up, at least uniformly. Then a slight pull to the left or right, and then the back end goes on a merry-go-round. This type of slide, even with good emergency halts of 135 feet, is the difference between a scary stop and a $500 fender bender. But though we did find the need for improvement in brakes and high-speed handling, there's not too much else we would change on the Chevrolet Celebrity. I obviously liked the car, as did our entire staff. This is what the modern American family car should be, and at least in this one case, it already is.